Are you ready to dive into the world of the ultimate fashion icon? Get ready to experience the brilliance of Coco Chanel, the leading French modernist designer who changed the game and set the bar for women's fashion. Her timeless patterns of simplicity and style revolutionized the industry, earning her a place among the Time 100 most influential people of the 20th century. Imagine a time when women's clothing was restrictive and impractical, with full-length skirts and limited options. Coco Chanel came along and showed us a new way, introducing simple, practical and game-changing designs, including the first ever trousers and suits for women. Get ready to be inspired and learn about the legacy of Coco Chanel, the queen of style and a true fashion revolutionary. Who was Coco Chanel? Coco Chanel was a true visionary in the world of fashion, renowned for her classic designs that continue to influence the industry to this day. Her timeless suits and little black dresses, along with her iconic accessories like strands of pearls, made her a style icon of her own. In the 1920s, Chanel revolutionized the industry by introducing her first perfume and creating clothing that was both stylish and comfortable for women. From her signature suits to her timeless perfume, Coco Chanel's impact on the world of fashion cannot be overstated. Her legacy continues to inspire and captivate, making her a true fashion icon for the ages. Early life. Despite a humble and challenging start, Coco Chanel rose to become one of the most iconic figures in the world of fashion. Born Gabriella Bonheur Chanel on August 19, 1883, in Saumur, France, she faced adversity from a young age. After losing her mother, Chanel was sent to an orphanage by her father, who was a humble peddler. Yet despite these difficult beginnings, Chanel never lost her determination and drive, going on to create a timeless fashion empire and leave a lasting impact on the industry. Her journey is a testament to the power of perseverance and creativity, and serves as an inspiration to us all. From humble beginnings to iconic fashion designer, Coco Chanel's story is truly remarkable. Raised by nuns who taught her how to sew, Chanel honed her skills and set out to make a name for herself in the world of fashion. Her nickname Coco was derived from her brief singing career in the clubs of Vichy and Moulins. Some say the name came from one of her songs, while Chanel claimed it was a shortened version of coquette, the French word for kept woman. Regardless of its origins, Coco Chanel's name has become synonymous with timeless style and effortless elegance. Beginnings of a fashion empire. The rise of Coco Chanel was not just a journey of incredible talent and passion, but also a tale of smart choices and calculated risks. But what was the key to Coco Chanel's early success in fashion? Plus, who helped her get her start in the industry? At the age of 20, she entered into a relationship with Etienne Balsan, who offered to help her launch a millinery business in Paris. However, it wasn't long before she traded up for Arthur Boy Capel, a wealthy friend of Balsan's. These two men played a crucial role in the early success of Chanel's fashion empire. In 1910, she opened her first shop on Paris' Rue Cambon, selling only hats. But she wasn't content to stop there. She expanded her business with stores in Deauville and Biarritz, and soon started making clothing as well. Moving on, how did a simple garment change the course of fashion history? It all started with a chilly day and a cozy jersey. Coco Chanel was caught off guard by the cold weather in Deauville, but she quickly found a solution. She took the old jersey and transformed it into a chic and comfortable dress. Little did she know that this impromptu creation would spark a revolution. People were enamored with the dress, and soon they were asking Chanel to make one for them too. This led to the birth of her legendary fashion empire. As she famously said, "My fortune is built on that old jersey that I put on, because it was cold in Deauville." Who would have thought that a simple piece of clothing could make such a huge impact? Chanel's talent and charm quickly spread, making her a sought-after name in the cultural circles of Paris. She collaborated with the Ballets Russes, adding her touch of sophistication to their performances, and even worked with renowned artists such as Jean Cocteau and Pablo Picasso. First perfume. In the Roaring Twenties, Chanel revolutionized the fragrance industry with the launch of her iconic perfume, Chanel No. 5. A true visionary, Chanel understood the power of scent and recognized the potential for it to be the ultimate fashion accessory. With the backing of department store owner Théophile Bédère and businessmen Pierre and Paul Wertheimer, Chanel's perfume became a household name, and her close friendship with Pierre only solidified its success. As she famously stated, perfume is the unseen, unforgettable, ultimate accessory of fashion that heralds your arrival and prolongs your departure. The lucrative fragrance Chanel No. 5 brought a twist to the tale of the legendary fashion icon, Gabriella Coco Chanel. The production of the iconic scent was taken over by the Wertheimer business, leaving Coco with just a mere 10% of the profits, while the rest was divided between department store owner Theophile Bader and the Wertheimer brothers. Despite the unfavorable deal, Chanel No. 5 continued to be a massive hit, causing Coco to sue for better terms multiple times throughout the years. Who knew the fragrance that heralds your arrivals and prolongs your departure would lead to such drama? Iconic designs, Chanel suit and little black dress. Say hello to freedom. Did you know that Chanel changed the game of women's fashion in the 1920s? With her iconic Chanel suit, complete with a comfortable, collarless jacket and flattering, well-fitted skirt. Ditching the confining corset of the past, Chanel brought elements of menswear into her designs and revolutionized what it meant to be stylish and comfortable. Who said black was just for mourning? For Chanel, this was a different case. She revolutionized fashion in the 1920s by transforming the little black dress into a must-have for any stylish evening occasion. Closing down shop and returning to fashion. During the 1930s, the international economic depression took a toll on Chanel's fashion empire. But it wasn't until the outbreak of World War II that she was forced to close down shop and lay off her employees. After the war, Chanel left Paris and lived in Switzerland in self-imposed exile, eventually residing in her country house in Rochebrune. What did she do during her time away from the limelight? After years in exile, the legendary designer made a bold return to the fashion scene at the ripe old age of 70, but not everyone was thrilled with her comeback. Critics initially expressed their doubts and skepticism, but Chanel's iconic designs quickly proved them wrong. With her feminine and effortless style, she once again captured the hearts of fashion lovers everywhere. How did she do it? How did she conquer the fashion world once again after all those years? Well, that's a secret well known only by her. Relationships and a marriage proposal. In the 1920s, Chanel had a whirlwind of romance, starting with her short-lived fling with the legendary composer Igor Stravinsky, especially after Chanel attended the premiere of his revolutionary piece, Rite of Spring, in 1913. She then set sail with the wealthy Duke of Westminster, Hugh Grosvenor, aboard his yacht in 1923, and their decades-long love affair began. When he proposed, she famously proclaimed, "There have been several Duchesses of Westminster, but there's only one Chanel." Life as Nazi agent. Amidst the chaos of the German occupation of France, Chanel found herself in questionable relationship with a Nazi military officer, Hans Gunther von Dinklage. Despite the circumstances, she was able to secure a privileged position, residing at the opulent Hotel Ritz in Paris, which also served as German military headquarters. Next on, did Chanel's relationship with Winston Churchill help her escape charges as a collaborator after the war? The truth remains shrouded in mystery, but Chanel was never formally charged despite her association with Nazi officer Hans Gunther von Dinklage during the German occupation of France. Despite not facing any legal consequences, Chanel's association with a Nazi officer during the German occupation of France did damage her reputation. Many people saw her actions as a betrayal of her nation, and her name was tarnished in the public eye. Death. With a final farewell filled with tears and designer suits, Chanel, the ultimate fashion icon, passed away at the Hotel Ritz. On January 10, 1971, hundreds gathered at the Church of Madalena to honor the woman who never wanted to weigh more on a man than a bird, leaving behind a legacy of revolutionary designs and timeless style. Karl Lagerfeld took the reins at Chanel, keeping the brand's legacy alive more than a decade after the iconic designer's death. Today, the Chanel company, privately owned by the Wertheimer family, continues to prosper, with sales in the hundreds of millions each year. The timeless designs of Coco Chanel live on, still inspiring fashion lovers all over the world. Movies, books, and plays on Chanel. The life story of the legendary designer Gabrielle Coco Chanel was brought to the Broadway stage in 1969 in the musical Coco, starring Katharine Hepburn as Chanel. With book and lyrics by Alan J. Lerner and music by Andre Previn, the production was a hit with audiences, receiving 7 Tony Award nominations. The sets and costumes, designed by Cecil Beaton, were also a highlight, with Beaton winning for Best Costume Design and René Auberjonois winning for Best Featured Actor. Further, discover the complex and captivating life of fashion icon Coco Chanel in biographies like Chanel and Her World in 2005, written by her close friend Edmond Charles Roux. Delve deeper into her 1954 comeback with Shirley MacLaine's stunning portrayal of the designer in the 2008 television movie Coco Chanel. As MacLaine notes, Chanel is a woman of many layers, making her a fascinating subject to explore. Thanks for tuning in to this Coco Chanel biography. Gabriella Coco Chanel revolutionized the fashion industry and left a lasting impact on women's fashion. From her iconic little black dress to the timeless Chanel No. 5 perfume, Coco's timeless designs continue to inspire and captivate us. We hope you got some value out of this biography. If so, make sure to drop a like and see you in the next video.